Hey, what's up? This is Jim at Achieve Fitness. Today we're going to hit some hamstrings and glutes. We're going to start here with some lying seated leg curls. This is our top set right here. But even I'm 2.5 weeks from a show, and even though I'm that close, I still try to train a little bit heavy. I just don't do the extreme failure sets as if I was in the off season. What you're going to see here is I'm going to use a moderate weight, do some squeezes at the top, and do a regular set. Then I'm going to drop the weight, and then I'm just going to go with the top portion where I'm going to hold it back and do half reps at the top for that squeeze. Really, this machine is really good for that. It's really a good way to hit those hamstrings with a little intensifier at the end. So this will just be a regular set at first, and then we'll get into that part. Yep. Boom. 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 You want to control the reps. Squeeze at the top. Nice negative. Squeeze. Ah. Yep. Come on. Yep. 2 weeks, baby. Oy. Hammies. Yep. Oh, one more. Oh, one more bonus. Yep. Okay. All right, now we're going to drop the weight a little bit. And we're going to squeeze at the top. And almost do some pulses. Woo! Here we go. Yep, so all the way back, halfway up, halfway back. There we go. Just in that top part. Ah. Yeah. Ay. Ay. Ooh. 10, 9, 8. Here we go. Yeah. 5, 4. Oh yeah. 2. Yep. Okay. Whew. So what you saw there was my last set. I did some stretching, some warm-up sets. After that, did a top heavy set. Then I did this set after that. So kind of 2 heavy sets with that little intensifier at the end. Okay guys, second exercise. So we got some blood in the hamstrings. We tighten the hamstrings up. There's a bunch of blood in there right now, so now we're gonna stretch them out for that growth, okay? I love this belt squat. I would rather do like RDLs on a belt squat than a barbell any day, because it's constant tension. One thing to note is that when I'm going down, so when I'm traveling downward and I'm stretching out my hamstrings, a couple different ways to do this, okay? The more you bend your knees, the more you're gonna get some glute involved. The more you keep your knees straight, the more hamstring involved. I'm more worried about my hamstrings. So we're gonna do glutes later on in the movement, but I still want my hips to drive backwards. So as I'm going down, my feet are straight, less than shoulder width apart. I'm bending down, I'm keeping my head up, and I'm keeping tension on the hamstring. The whole time I'm focused on this. I only have 4 plates aside. We can easily load this up to 6, 7 plates aside. Then it becomes like a hip thrust glute movement, like to where I'm just, I'm pushing forward. We want to keep the tension on the hamstrings, so that's what we're gonna do here. I don't do any drop sets or intensifiers. I've been doing about 5 or 6 sets with about 3 top sets of these belt squats. Made a huge difference since we got it here. All right guys, so last hamstring movement. So we just stretched them out. I did 6 sets on that belt squat. I am fried. So here, very basic. So I've already done 3 sets. I've already done 1 top set. This will be my second heavy set, and then we'll call this good, okay? So, so top set right here, and get it going. You definitely want to control the movement on this for sure. I see people coming on here just going back and forth. Control. Strong grip, brace your core, get some tension on it, and curl up. Stretch, squeeze. Ah. Ugh. 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 One more. Ugh. Okay, so now for glutes. So we're gonna do a little superset here. We're gonna do outer thighs leaning forward to the middle part of that glute. We're gonna do that first. Nothing fancy, all the way out, all the way in, control the weight. Make sure you go all the way out when doing outer thighs or it's a waste of time. That hits that middle part of that glute. As soon as we're done with this, as soon as we have some blood in the glutes, we're gonna go to the belt squat. You're gonna notice I'm gonna take a wide stance. I'm gonna point my feet outward and I'm gonna drive with my heels just using my glutes. It's real deep. It's about a 3/4 rep and then I squeeze at the top really hard. All for glutes, it's not a power movement. So on the belt squat, I only use 1 or 2 plates on that. I've noticed when I go heavier than that, I'm just using my quads. So I keep the tension on the glutes for sure. So now that we've done hamstrings, total glute movement, glute focus, here we go. So again, we're gonna lean slightly forward, all the way out, and squeeze. Slight pause at the top. Okay, whoo! Got some blood in there. Go to the belt squat. All right, hook this bad boy up. Feet wide. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way down, pause, and then with my glutes and my heels, drive up and squeeze. Keeping my back straight. I'm not leaning forward. I'm using nothing but my lower body. I'm hardly even using my hands. I'm just keeping upright right here. Stretch, squeeze. Stretch, squeeze the glute. Again, I'll only work up to 1 or 2 plates on this, and that's it. Okay guys, so next glute movement, we're doing a ton. I've been doing high volume, it's been working great for the past year on glutes. This, same thing, you wanna put your heel on this pad, drive straight back, and make sure you contract at the top of the rep, the very top portion. So many people will get that nice stretch, but they don't go all the way back and contract that glute. That's the secret on this machine right here, is to go all the way back and drive. So put your torso against the pad, get braced in there, upright, get that heel right on there, straight back, and then that extra squeeze. From here to here, that's the secret, is those last few inches. Nice stretch, drive back. Stretch, drive back. That's the trick here. I love this machine. You get such a direct connection. Okay, next glute movement. If you're doing glutes once a week, I would probably smash them and do what we're doing today. If you're training glutes twice a week, I would probably split it up and do a couple of different exercises on one day, and then some of these exercises, so you're not overtraining on the other day. But if you're hitting them once a week and you're eating right with a good recovery, there's nothing wrong with doing what we're doing today. So here, we're gonna do a hip thrusting movement to the back. Again, it's the same concept as the other one. You don't wanna stop right here. You wanna drive all the way back. One trick from Adrian Nelson and Jordan Tripp, they said if you twist your foot to the outside like at a 45-degree angle, and you drive straight back, you get a better connection with your glute. So I've been trying that. It works really good. So again, I'm gonna build some tension up on it, use this bar to brace myself, put that toe 45-degree angle, and squeeze back. Squeeze back, just with the glute. Notice I'm not bending my torso or anything else. Squeeze. 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 All right, finally the last glute movement. I know this is a ton of volume, but again, it's all about intensity. I try to do 1 or 2 tough sets on every glute exercise. Okay, hip thrust. A little goes a long way here. I see so many girls try to use too much weight. They're just driving with their legs. They're completely missing the glute. They're not driving through the glute. So you can put your feet on different parts of this pad. I like to keep my feet on the middle pad. It depends on your height. Push with, again, the heel and the outer part of my foot. Drive through the glute and up to the ceiling. So you want to get set in here first. Dip that lower back down. A lot of people don't dip it down far enough. Get those feet set. Keep tension. That bar will fall. Then when you drive up, squeeze the glute. Don't just be focused on moving the weight. Squeeze those glutes up. Contract. Stretch. Contract. Stretch. Contract. Focus on the muscle that you're working. That way it's not a hamstring and leg movement. It's a glute movement. Squeeze. Fortunately, my entire life I haven't had to train calves that much, so I'm really blessed when it comes to shoulders and calves. I don't neglect them completely, so on a day like today, when you're doing hamstrings and glutes, definitely want to add in some calves. I would change it up. If I was to need calf development, I would do them twice a week, and I would split it up between standing calf raises and seated calf raises. Nothing fancy. The whole day's of Arnold where you keep your toes in and out and stuff, I don't even mess with that. I would just keep your feet straight, get a nice stretch, nice contraction. So many people bounce, you want to keep control on it. That's the secret. So about 4 sets here, 2 working sets, 2 warm-up sets. Get in, get set, get that tension on the calves, straight up and squeeze, full stretch, don't bounce. Squeeze, squeeze. Take your time with it, work the muscle. Don't be afraid of the pain, don't be afraid to get that burn in the muscle. Stretch, contract.